Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at your questions and comments from part 2 of the Oracle at Delphi. Before we begin, just a reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. Moving right along, history tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. Our first question is from Arthur. He wants to know, this summer when he is in Greece, is Delphi worth a visit? Arthur, I definitely think the trek up into those hills is worth it. Then again, I'm fascinated by all things from antiquity. Anyway, enjoy your trip. Our next question is from Annika. She would like to know why the Pythia was held in such high esteem. Annika, it is my understanding that the answers given by the Pythia were very broad and subject to interpretation. With that in mind, she must have had a high success rate. Next, we have a question from Helen. She was curious, what was the fee from the Temple of Apollo to be consulted by the Pythia? Helen, great question. People made offerings of laurel wreaths, gifts of money, and sacrificed a black ram. We have a question from Alicia. She wants to know what happened to the Temple of Apollo. Alicia, it was closed by the Roman Emperor Theodosius in the year 393 in the 4th century AD. Theodosius ordered the closure of all pagan sanctuaries. Our next question is from Tad. He would like to know, how did the Pythia prepare for her meetings? Well, Tad, excellent question. Before giving counsel, the Pythia would bathe in the Castilian spring, and once she was fully cleansed, there was the sacrifice of a ram goat. Let's press on. Celia wants to know, where were the meetings with the Pythia conducted? Celia, good question. Once the Pythia was ready, she would descend into the Adaiton, a small chamber beneath the temple. This chamber was fumigated with barley meal and laurel leaves, which were burned on a hearth known as a hestia. While breathing in the fumes, she would fall into a frenzied trance. It was only at this time she would share her prophecies with those seeking answers. Let's press on. Our next question is from Kira. She asked, how accurate were the Pythia's predictions? Kira, most of the prophecies were subject to interpretation. Most of the time, the counsel offered by the Pythia was vague or misleading, yet in some cases, they were true. Our next question is from Henrik. He asked, could I share some prophecies with the subscribers? Well, Henrik, according to Herodotus, here's an interesting prophecy offered to Croesus, king of the Lydians. The Pythia said, if you go to war with Persia, you will destroy a great empire. Croesus made war on Persia, and the empire that was destroyed was his own, the Lydian. We have time for a couple more questions. This one is from Mari. She asked, what was the famous prophecy given to the Athenians? Mari, on the eve of war with Persia, the Pythia told the Athenians that a wooden wall would save Athens. The Athenians took this wooden wall to mean their ships, and they soundly defeated the Persians at the Battle of Salamis. Our last question is from Magda. She asks, what exactly does oracle mean? Magda, an oracle is a person such a priestess in antiquity through whom a deity is believed to speak. Magda also asks, didn't the Pythia predict the war with Troy after a priestess was abducted? Yes, Magda, you are correct. Tradition has it that in the 3rd century, before the Common Era, the Pythia was a young and beautiful virgin, and she was kidnapped and violated by Echecrates. This brings us to the end of part 2 of the Oracle at Delphi. Thank you for once again joining us for this edition of Traveler's Tales. Just as a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. We love hearing from our subscribers, so don't hesitate to contact us with any questions or comments. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to Traveler's Tales. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Traveler's Tales will return with the fun gods of Greek mythology. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and history, Kartistos.